Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Chainlink's price chart and see what is happening in this specific area starting from this point to around the recent price action. Because if you remember, the last time that we talked about Chainlink, we were actually around here, and the idea was that we need to be patient and see just how deep this move on the upside is going to be, because based on it you can say whether we are going to have like a very strong move down or maybe just another small move down in order to take the lows, and hopefully at that point that will be it, the low of our whole correction structure in Chainlink. And according to this count, this can be like a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag. You can also consider the possibility of having in here like an ABC zigzag. Doesn't really matter a whole lot. So what happened? Well, what we said in the previous video, I'm going to argue pretty much played out, meaning we did get a continuation of this move up in the short term, but then what happened? We got a move down, and that was absolutely expected because we did say that we want to have in this area at least an ABC zigzag. However, in my opinion, the structures in here can be a little bit off for the base. Why is that? You see, sure, you can say this is an ABC zigzag, no problem at all. However, two very important points. Number one, this wasn't actually that much of a deep move on the upside. So if you would have asked me around the highs, I would have told you that, look, probably we are going to have in Chainlink a rather deep move down. And to me, this doesn't really seem that much of a strong move down. Number two, what do we have in this area? Actually, before we talk about what is happening here, let's go around here. You see, in an ABC zigzag, we are going to have sub waves like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into a correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, maybe triangle, maybe even a WXYZ, doesn't really matter honestly, and then another 5 down into wave C. And let's go on the left. So here is what's going on in my mind. I'm thinking that this is probably from the highs a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, followed by that we are probably having in this area an A, B, and then very strong 5 wave up into our C leg, and this can be also, yet another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But wait a minute, we are only able to find this area 2 sets of 5 waves on the downside. However, for our C leg on a higher degree, we need to be able to find actually 3 sets of 5 waves in order for us to be able to say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and where is wave 5? The answer is we don't really have it. So what is going on here? In my view, we should actually consider the possibility of having in this area an ABC in form of an expanded flat, which looks like this. This is our initial move up into wave A, correction for wave B, which in it we are going to take this initial low, and then a rather strong move up into C, and in it, as you can see, we are 100% going to take the height of our A leg. And in terms of the sub waves, ABC up into A, ABC into B, and what just happened? Okay, a 5 wave impulsive structure into C. Now let's go on the live chart and count sub waves. So let's just actually delete this one. In my view, this is definitely an A, B, C on the upside with a clear-cut 5 wave into our C leg. So no arguments there. Followed by that, based on what we talked about earlier, this is probably an A, B, C zigzag down. And guess what? I think in the short term, our move up in Chainlink is most likely going to continue, and it's going to be probably a 5 wave impulsive structure overall, starting from the lows. Here is how I can argue that. I'm thinking about a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree is going to be into a wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and even that one is going to be into a wave 3, correction for 4, another move on the upside into wave 5. So we are most likely going to have a 5 wave off of the lowest low, and this move up is going to continue. So all these signs suggest you should be optimistic in Chainlink. However, from my POV, I think even if we get a 5 wave, it is going to be a bit too soon to jump into the kind of bullish conclusions indicating we have hit our final low. No, at that point, I need you to consider the possibility of having, starting from here and not the lowest low, an A, B, C expanded flat, which on a higher degree overall might be into this wave B, and then it will be time to have another rather good move down into our C leg, which and that we are going to take the loss for the first target about $22, but you know, we may go a bit lower than that. And overall, do not get me wrong, these all are part of the bullish case. Why? Let's go on H4 time frame. There we go. You see, in my view, in Chainlink, we have completed from this point to probably about here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, maybe into a wave 3, and the current move down, in my view, can be just a correction structure into wave 4, and what's next? Another strong move up into wave 5. So in the short term, we may very well see a move down, but it's not going to be a bad sign at all. Okay, it's just all part of the bullish process, and I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Chainlink. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.